At Reunion, we have always said the church is not a building or an event, but people. It's people on mission for the sake of others, a community oriented together towards helping people find their way back to God. In this season, COVID-19 has only served to highlight our need for one another and remind us that church is not about coming together on Sunday mornings, but it's about being the church where we live every day. Even as the state begins to open back up, we are seeing the way we gather and why we gather is going to be different in the future. The church may not be physically gathering on Sundays, but the church is still at work in the community. It's still alive and thriving. The physical gatherings may be canceled, but the mission isn't. 2 Corinthians 5 says, "For you are Christ's ambassadors," as though God was making his appeal through you. It doesn't say that the church is his ambassador or that the paid staff. It says you, where you live, on your street, in your home, in your apartment building, in your neighborhood, you are Christ's ambassador. You're the church where you live. You are the church where you work. You're the church where you play. You're a representation of Christ's love and hope for the world. And so in this season, rather than mourn the loss of church as we know it, what if we celebrated the expansion of the church? The unique opportunity this season offers to meet neighbors, to serve others, to get creative with how we do church, to demonstrate the gospel in tangible ways, and to not simply invite others to church, but begin to be the church for them in their midst. We want to encourage everyone who calls Reunion home to consider becoming a neighborhood ambassador. If we truly believe the church is not a building or event, but people, then the church isn't closed or even hindered by COVID, it's enhanced. We're no longer simply 3 locations in the Boston area, but hundreds of little churches all over the place and all throughout the city. By becoming a neighborhood ambassador, you're saying, I will be the church to my street, my neighbors, my community. I will seek to serve my neighbors in tangible ways. I'll seek to begin a conversation and to bless those around me for the sake of the kingdom. So here's what it looks like. Go ahead and text the word neighbor to 617-415-4466. Text neighbor to 617-415-4466. And there's a short form to fill out. Fill out the whole thing. And after doing that, you'll receive a digital copy of our neighboring journal. I want to ask you to commit to going through that in the next week and begin to pray for 1 or 2 people that you can bless, that God will put into your life that you can bless and serve. That's the first step. Second, walk through the BLESS acronym, which we've updated with the help of our friends in Chicago at Community Christian for this pandemic. It's 5 simple missional steps to bless your neighbor, and this is an important step, so please don't skip it. Third, set aside some time in the coming weeks to pass out our neighborhood ambassador cards so that you can get to know your neighbors, learn their needs, and then begin to meet them where they are. This is that listening part of the BLESS acronym. Lastly, let us know the neighborhood you're committing to so that we can see in this season the church isn't closed, but is actually expanding. We're creating a map on the Reunion website of all the new Reunion locations that are popping up throughout the city because you're committing to be the church where you live. And then share your stories with us by sending videos or testimonies or reflections to stories@reunionboston.com so we can celebrate with you. See, we'll hope that you'll join us in becoming neighborhood ambassadors. Now let's go be the church.